that. Because I feel if the problem originated in India, the solution should too. And that is our duty. And that is where Kartavya comes in. What it does, it takes your audio. We have the option to live record also. It can take in that audio. It takes it, right now we are using the wrapper obviously at OpenAI Whisper, which transcribes the audio. And then we have a fallback option between Gemini 2.5 Pro and Gemini 2.5 Flash. It can choose either one of the models that is available. It analyzes. It tells you why the voice is AI and why it is human. It analyzes the voice on terms of naturalness, like I'm nervous, so my voice would be shaky, the breathing, the background noise that is going on to it. And also, if it is just too perfect, it claims it to be AI. And we will have false positives on that. That is how we work. And going forward, just to make it very short, we do have certain fallbacks, like, very robotic human-sounding voices, human voices recorded in, like audio studios where we just cannot have the identity whether it's human or AI generated. And what we do well, we tested it also. So if I tested 5 audios, we combined some of them AI generated, some of them human generated, and it could make out that, in between this AI voices, there was a human voice too. And it also analyzes your emotion. I asked one of my friends, to make a political speech about some leaders, and negative and positive both. And it told me that this should be AI generated because the kind of content that is there in the audio cannot be spoken in such a monotonous tone, because we feel angry when we talk about something we truly value. So that is what Kartavya does. The simple aim, the vision is to make it plug and play for all the, the companies that are there. It's based on REST API, so you can just plug and play in your existing environments or workflows. And also, I want to make it accessible for users. That's why we were trying the live record. It is not as stable as our audio upload options, but still there. And the aim is simple, that the solution must come from India. And we just want to say one thing, like, I believe in making in India, but let's transform from India also. So thank you so much. This is Anurag Manik, and that was my time.
Thank you. Now the floor is open for jury.
Anurag, well done. I think you started the right statistics here. How is the scale? I mean, how do you think your solution is scalable in terms of data sets, which have huge number of calls coming in?
Yeah.
Billions are into different systems. What scalability things you have tested or you can do it?
So right now it's REST API, right? So it can sit on your existing workflows. Obviously, it needs scaling in terms of the model that we are using. Why I did not want to train my own model for large, because then my data set would be too low. So that's why I use Gemini, because it's already trained on a lot of parameters. What I tried doing additionally is, like, I created random AI generated voices. So this system detects AI voices much better than human voices. So that is one drawback also, because humans speaking like robots, it's again, that the case study that I mentioned. So that is one drawback. It can sit in between, your existing workflows. And since it is using Gemini, it can take in, it is already trained on a lot of model. But yeah, Indian dialects, we tried on 8 to 10 dialects like Chhattisgarhi, Tulu, that is there. It was working well. It could identify it was a human or not. So it is very scalable because we are using, existing models right now. If we want to train our own models, it will require a large amount of investment on those scale. But yeah, it can definitely be done, because I tried for 11 Labs, which is one of the leading voice generators. And out of 20 samples that I put in, 18 it was able to detect as AI generated. So that is around 90% accuracy overall for the upload option, and around 75 to 80% for the live record option. Because I think sir asked about Truecaller, right? So Truecaller is right now in the gray region, right? It does analyze the live calls, but that is not allowed in India. So it has to come from Airtel or Jio. They will have to inculcate for recording those live calls and doing that analysis. So I chose the next best options. Like, if you have 2 phones, on the other phone you can do the recording, or if you have a laptop, you can do the recording to analyze if it's an AI voice or not.
Okay, thank you.
See the problem with the REST API. I don't know how many of you technologies, but the matter of the fact is overfetching, underfetching. This is the biggest problem for REST API. So why you used REST API? Because you can't scale it. 1 second.
Yeah.
I understood your concern, but let me share my thought here. The problem is the REST APIs is not compatible with the lower bandwidth. 89% to 90% Indians, play with the 2G and 3G. Yeah. So how you will utilize your REST API, that's a point number 1. Point number 2, I have a different kind of a thought here. Most of the scams in our country happens from outside of the country. Correct? Do you agree? So then why you are not detecting the input, country code itself and give a notification to the user, there is a probability that this call may be a scam. I think that will solve the step one. See, the problem here is matter of the fact every time I see whoever coming, they all are trying to create a wrapper instead of going through the problem statement altogether. The root cause is something different. The root cause is the scams are happening from outside of our country. So if you see most of the scams, right, in the newspaper, it is coming up. It all saying that, the scam is coming from Nigeria, I'm not taking any specific country per se, but, it is most of the 99% is coming out of the country. So why are not identifying the telecaller ID itself, the country ID, and, and given in notification? This is a simple and best and easiest solution, don't you think?
Yes, sir.
That's one point. One more point I would like to put it here. See, the scalability in these such solutions, right, is little complicated. See, when you are transforming or translating a data in a textual format, the byte size what you have is minimal, right? But here the matter of the fact is when you are translating or when you are cross-checking an audio file or a video file, right? It is a bloody very heavy. I think what kind of a missions you want? Have you configured? Have you identified what kind of a missions you want in this particular scenario?
Sir, so right now we can handle audios up. I tried it on myself. So we have a 30-second timeout in terms of every audio that we're analyzing. So I analyzed that if I have a 1.5 MB audio, and if I'm doing my whisper transcription, it was going beyond. So right now that on those grounds, I've just kept it for audios. To answer on that question, right, whether we can do the telecom marking or not, I think Airtel is already doing it and Truecaller has already enabled it. So we get that voice, it's a scam or it can be a potential scam. And scams in India happen from other countries. I agree. Nigeria is one of the leading places that it happens to. But India, if we go from Delhi and Kolkata, the majority of the scams that happens in US and UK, which is called the call center scams, they originate from India. So I wanted, and there are many YouTubers like Pirogi and all, who are trying to catch them, the call centers they're trying to catch. It's called the Microsoft call center scams, the majority of it. So my idea was on those lines. I will definitely reflect on, making it accessible for Indians who are, 2G, 3G. I tried it with the live recording. It was not very stable, so that is not a major part of my presentation here, because obviously I wanted to come on stage, so that was, one of the key factors that was weighing in my solution. So, but definitely very well point, so I will take it.
No, very well thought through. My guidance would be you make it truly in India, drop Gemini, man. Figure out a model from India.
Sure,
and do
sir,
it.
sure.
Come
For
on,
sure.
man. Till when will you end up using these American models?
I only use Gemini.
I'll give you an Indian stack
For sure.
to train that model on.
Done,
That's my commitment to you.
Yes.
But do it on Indian model.
Yes, sir. I use Gemini because they give 30,000 free credits.
I know that. I know that. It's like they hook you on and then they want to pay for it as well. So figure out a way to use an Indian model and scale.
I'm having a different thought altogether, because nowadays writing agents is just cup of a tea. Anyone can write it. I will just write a multi-agent, which can handle multi-types. Period. Finished. Your system will collapse. What is the solution you have? See, you are thinking for today.
Agreed.
I am envisioning it for next 2 years. The kind of a technology what we are having on a daily basis, things are changing. Few days back, IT professional have so much of value in our south side. We used to get, the what we call, the money also for getting married to IT professional is very huge. So nowadays, our valuation becomes zero nowadays, because, IT professional has no value. What it means is technology is changing so rapidly. I'm sure that, whatever solution you will give it today will have no value after 3 months. So are you envisioned that, after 5 years, this thing will work? So in order to do that, the REST APIs is going to be the biggest bottleneck for you. And second thing is what kind of a data types you are envisioning in this solution, right, is kind of a mixture of so many things. I think you need to focus on that area so that you can create a scalable global solution. And as sir mentioned, I always prefer, let us create something used on our own large learning models. Whichever model you select, India has multiple models nowadays, and select a model which has a multi-type, multi-model, so that, you will have all permutation of combinations to test these kind of a scenarios in place. Thank you.
Sir, for just one thing, I wanted to use Bhashini, which is the Indian model that is there, but just couldn't do because of the financial constraints I had.
No problem. Government is there. Modi Saab hai. Modi Saab denge paisa, aap chinta mat karo.
So how much time you took to build this, by the way?
Honestly, or like you.
No,
Honestly, it took
honestly,
me the first.
it's kind
step,
of like you're using Gemini, OpenAI, 11 Labs.
For the audios, you're
Yeah.
asking? For audios, I use 11 Labs mostly. Then I asked 5 of my friends. I literally grilled them, sending me robotic voices, natural voices. I myself tried with robotic voices and natural voices, but I use 11 Labs mostly because it was the best in the market that I had. So, and I did have a subscription for that, so I used 11
So
Labs.
how much time you took to like build this?
So on the app part, it took me around, we would say like 4 days, like around 34 hours, 34 hours. And then the refinement that I did for this round was again like 15 hours. So overall 40, 50 hours it took to get this.
That's cool. What's your team size?
I'm the solo participant.
Solo?
Solo participant.
Oh, that's nice. Solo with like ChatGPT.
No, Perplexity, Gemini, Claude, much
Using
better.
Perplexity to code
No, not to code. Code is through Replit.
Replit. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, jury.
Thank you so much for this. Thank you.
Thank you, team siblings. Coming up next in the final pitching round, please welcome one of our top 6 finalists, Walker Penguins. Let's give them a huge round of applause as they come up on the stage.
Guys, Josh is low, anticipation is high, right? Still, I can get the energy. One more round. Walker Penguin team. Walker Penguin. Come fast.
Hello, my name is Hari Krishnan. I'm from team Walker Penguins. We are a team of 3. Only I could attend, but we are here to present our model on AI detection. I can change this slide. Okay. Basically, you all know the problem by now. Detecting AI voice is pretty hard. As AI is evolving every day, better and better models. Right now, 11 Labs is one of the major audio generation models out there. More and more models are being presented. And okay, sorry, I'm stuttering. Let's see. Okay, so okay. So to our solution. Okay, we built a very lightweight AI model that's like 2 MB that can detect AI audio. So what we did is convert the MP3 file into an audio spectrum. It's like LLFC, basically. No, LFCC, basically an image of the audio spectrum. And the model is a CNN model that's like an image model that runs on the CNN images and outputs the label based on that. Okay, so initially I trained with about 1 lakh samples of TTS generated data. And then I later switched on to 11 Labs data as well as many other TTS models. There are more than 10 TTS models being used to train this. And it's being trained on more than 10 regional languages. As you can see that, okay, good. So we took the database from ASV Spoof, which is an AI detection competition ran internationally in the past. So they had data of deepfake attacks, logical attacks, physical attacks as well. Then we also used regional language manually generated by ourselves.
Guys, please do it fast. We have 10 more seconds.
Okay. We have a very low 5ms model that gives around 90% accuracy. So, okay. Yeah, it can run locally if you want it to. Yeah. So, okay, we know that it is hard to run a higher model on basically our edge devices. So I was targeting basically our edge devices to be able to run this. Yeah. Okay, so what our model lacks basically now is classification against very low audio samples, like a few seconds. These are rather uncommon in AI fake, like people trying to scam. So, thank you.
Yeah, good.
Please give a huge round of applause.
Very good. But I like that, you are working as a team. I think this is what India needs. We need teams, to work together. I think, you all, how many are you participating here? I request all of you to make one team. Team Bharat. And work on the solution. I think, the best brain needs to come together to solve the problem. But I would like to ask one question to you. See, the biggest problem with the senior citizens in this scenario, right? They are getting affected. Simply, the hacker will hack the caller ID itself. अभी समझिए मेरा बेटा का नंबर XYZ है, अभी मेरा नंबर है 123 है, तो they will impersonate my own number. How you will solve it? देखिए, problem is somewhere else. You are trying to solve something else. So the problem is that the caller ID itself is a problem. How can you create a solution where the system will identify that someone hacked my caller ID itself? क्योंकि आपका नंबर ही पहला हैक हो गया तो सामने वाले को लगेगा कि आप ही नंबर से कॉल आ रहा है. I think this is the first fundamental problem which we need to solve. And I'm so appreciate for one thing that you are doing this on the milliseconds, on the edge computing, which is very, very important for a country like us. We need to do it, with a minimal, infrastructure in place. I'm so thankful that, you're focusing on that. But, I request you work with the other team members. They have a very good solutions. I think if you can work together with them, I think एक individual आया था इसका पहला. His solution was very good. But I think you need to work with them so that you all can create a wonderful solution, and let us create the solution in our country, make in Bharat, and give it to the entire world. Thank you. Please go.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I can see that you're so nervous right now.
Yeah, I'm very nervous.
Don't be. You've done a great job. Don't be nervous. Take a deep breath. Okay. So my question is, what is different in your solution? Like whatever you have mentioned here, how are you different from other platforms, other submissions?
So my solution is the lightest as of what has been presented till now. It is basically an 1.8 MB sized model. Like it is literally the lowest I could go. I have experimented with everything from wave to very low-end models, and I found this to be the most efficient at maintaining above 90% accuracy while being able to do the task. Also, I think one of the major things is data. I try to get as much data as I can. Along with the help of my teammates, I was able to achieve that. We initially started off with like above 1 lakh samples of TTS generated data generated on 3 of our machines locally. And we added as much data as we could from all sources available, Mozilla, open source, OpenSLR, etc.
I have an observation. I mean, look, I'm a big fan of speed, so I loved your ability to give me a 5-millisecond response. And if I cascade you with that eye and ear model, it'll be a phenomenal solution because you'll do the initial filtering and they'll do a detailed analysis in case of a piece. Look, AI word is all about speed, so I think you got that brief very accurate. So brilliant work.
Thank you.
Love the way you chose this direction to do. I'd love to take a look at the code as well, what you've implemented in that 1.5 MB or whatever you've written there as well. So it'll be interesting to take a look at that. Very bright future you have. Brilliant work done.
Thank you, sir.
How did you come up with this name, Walker Penguins? Is this like that meme?
Yeah, it came from me. I was like, it's the recent trend, right? I should just adapt it. Like,
So what's your team size?
it's a size of 3.
3. Okay. That penguin was like alone, you know.
I know. Like, actually, I built the model alone. They helped me with the data, and
Oh,
data is actually a major part of the whole thing. Right?
good. Perfect, man. Nice name.
So, we have got in country so many dialects, so many regions, so many patterns of voices. So, does your data set will capture variations and also come down with the kind of speed or 0.4 milliseconds mentioned somewhere?
Yeah, it does because something I found that for majority of the languages it is independent. Like AI-generated artifacts are the main cause. Regional dialects do not actually matter. Like there are minute places like Telugu. There's some struggles with that, but majority-wise it does not matter. But I did include 10 plus regional languages just to get that robustness up.
I must appreciate, and for all the students, being nervous, he answered all the questions very well. Big clap for him.
Just one thing. If I need to install this on a phone,
Okay, I want to put more speech into that. Like, okay, first of all, the model is very light, 2 MB. I want to suggest an approach called federated learning. It is basically when you have the model locally and the model will run on your own device. It won't take any data or send anywhere, but it will learn how to improve based on user input. Like if you can basically report if something is spam and it did not detect it, you can report it and then it can modify its own weights and it will be able to send these weights to the central server where just the weights are basically numericals. It does not store your data and the main system can update it and they can send a revised model based on a wide range of use case data. Like everyone can have this on their model and then let's see like 1 billion people giving data is like the peak of what you can achieve about accuracy, right?
right. Look, I like your response. Amazing. Just one thing. I think a lot of cases that esteemed jury has been talking about around the SIM and others, and there are these edge cases where you have got VoIP calls, right? Over IP, you get these calls. It's very hard to sometimes detect. So I must appreciate that that work is also equally important. While government and policymakers, along with the telecom companies, should focus on making sure that the SIM related issues that also are tackled on their end. But good job. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Future is bright, man. Well done. Excellent.
Thank you, sir.
Guys, keep the applause going for Walker Penguins. And now, stepping forward as one of our top finalists, Analytics with Anand. They have earned their place on the stage, and this is the moment to impress the jury. Audience, let's give them a big round of applause as they come up on the stage. Team Analytics with Anand.
Okay, so team, rule remains the same. 2 minutes pitch, 8 minutes Q&A, okay? Your time starts now.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon. It's good to be here. So we are Team Analytics with Anand, a small edtech startup. We started 3 years back. So I'm the founder and CEO. We have close to 34,000 subscribers on YouTube. We have our team members, Prachi, our in-house Python developer, expert, I would say, and in the lead, Gen AI engineer, Shubham. So he'll be walking us to the entire thing. When we started this, we did not believe that we will come in the first, in the top 2% and then eventually the top 6. Yeah, here we go.
Greetings, everyone. So, the problem today, right? So, we have developed a solution called VoxGuard AI, and we need a reason to develop a solution, right? We need a problem. So, the problem is 47% of Indian adults are hit by AI scams today, which is resulting in more than 805 crores lost in just UPI frauds till November last year, right? And only 6% recovery rate that we have in the country right now. So just imagine the loss that we are facing today, and we need a solution quick because this forensic intelligence solution, which goes beyond just simple AI or human intelligence, human classification. It can distinguish. It can distinguish between splices of AI and humans. Right now, we have tested it over 5 Indian languages, but it takes into consideration the voice notes and voice features. So languages really don't matter in this case. So these are expandable, and it gives a forensic report for which part of your audio is human generated and which part of your audio is AI generated. And this is how it works. So whenever our audio comes in, we conduct our audio intelligence. So we ingest the audio, then we conduct the code detection, right? So we have a specialized ML model which conducts the code detection between AI and human. And then we do a forensic analysis. What do we do in this? So we chunk the audio into smaller pieces. And for each chunk, we reconduct the forensic analysis. So with that, what we identify is if any of the sections in the audio is AI generated, right? And for that, we give an explainability. Because we are tracking the features of the audio, we explain why this part of the audio was AI generated and why this part of the audio was human generated.
Guys, you're exceeding 2 minutes time.
Okay.
Wind it up fast.
You can skip, yeah. You can skip this file. Skip. Okay, and again, so the nuance we handle, and which is a very big problem right now, is partial AI splicing. So some audio is human generated, some is AI generated. Then mixed language audio, because as I said, it depends on the features of the audio. We can have as many languages as we want in this. And human voices that sound robotic. So we are tracking new TTS models, right? So we'll keep on updating the model with the new inputs that are coming in the market. So 11 labs is improving day by day, so will our model as well, correct? And next. So the trade-off we made, again, because we want to use this in the banks, so basically finance industry, we want to use it in telecom, right? So accuracy is more important than speed in this case. And how will we use this, right? So we can flag basically we can flag an AI-generated voice because we are focusing on accuracy, right? So it might not happen in real time while the audio call is going on. But if it exceeds 4 or 5 seconds, right, then we can flag that audio as AI generated. And if this is something very sensitive, right? So if someone is giving permission to financial data access or something like that, then we can flag that and we can stop before we proceed with that permission. So that is how we can basically we can handle the trade-off between accuracy and latency.
Guys, done. Presentation time over.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Now we'll ask, Judy.
I think I will take this because they have already mentioned banks several times.
Sure.
So I am tempted to ask this question, banks only. You see, I'll not ask the previous type. I'll ask an integration question.
Yeah.
Many banks in the country now work in different platforms.
Correct.
Different systems. So how do you think your model can be integrated to the present banking systems, in the IVRs, in call centers, in CRM?
Correct.
So that it can work seamlessly with the banking platforms.
Yes, so because we are handling audio, right? So I'm pretty sure that audio is being processed somewhere. So we can, while that audio is being processed, we can process if it's generated by AI or human at the same time. And whenever that audio processing is being ingested in some system again, right? So at that time, we can ingest our results as well. And if it is a potentially hazard or risky thing, like if it's AI generated, then we can flag it so that because I think in finance, from my research, I found that some decisions, they do not just pass even if a human just gives permission, right? It still goes through an analysis process or a approval process. And that is where we can flag that. So that is how we can integrate this currently.
And what is the latency of your detection?
So latency is for small audio files, right? Because we are chunking it as well. So for about 30 to 50-second audio files, it's being processed within 3 seconds. But the longer the audio, the more precise analysis we want. If we want the analysis to be more precise, then we'll have to make smaller chunks. So it will grow depending on that. But currently it's, for 50 seconds,
Thank you.
3 seconds.
Thank you.
Yeah.
See, from a technology point of view, this question is from technology side, not from a business side.
Yeah.
See, the matter of the fact is, where you will chunk it. I will give you one simple example. When you hear Modi ji, right, he says, bhaiyo or behno, he will wait. Machine don't know where to stop. And then again he will start. The sentence is not finished yet. You already chunked it. So if I give you 3 minutes, because you said 30 seconds, if my memory is correct,
Yes.
15 to 30 seconds, right?
Yes.
Where you will chunk it. So that, how you will know that, half of the chunk, maybe one of the word, you have chunked it exactly, you broke it into 2 parts. So whether you don't know whether it's a AI based or a human based. So chunking is one of the biggest challenge in audio. Okay, that is problem statement number 1 for this thing. The second thing is the speed. Because see, you are talking about more on the accuracy side than a speed. I have realized, when you are talking, you are very careful in that. So now the matter of the fact is, when you are talking more on the, not on the speed, so why you are not using CPUs instead of GPUs? See, I have one request for everyone, technologists here. As all the AI is running on the GPUs, TPUs, LPUs, right? You all agree, right? Why from India, why don't we create a model which runs on CPU itself? So that we can get rid of this biggest problem of, B100 missions, H100 missions, A100 missions. I think, see, the problem is somewhere else, we are working somewhere else. I think, I request all of you to try to create a model which works offline as well as online, but without using a GPUs, CPUs, and TPUs and LPUs, period.
Sorry to interrupt.
One second, I'm not finished yet. I will come to you. Okay. So the matter of the fact is, I think, here we need to completely go out of the box and aisa jugaad karna, because that is where Indians are the best of the best. We must create a large learning model using CPUs itself. I think, maybe they did something. I think you'd like to add something to it.
That's what my research area. Currently, I'm doing the PhD in the same from IIT Bombay. So we are designing a CPU only, so rather than relying heavily on GPU, why not we create an Indian version of CPU? Soon you will be seeing it, maybe in the next, once I complete my PhD in the next 3-4 years.
I like this splicing thought process. I think it probably comes in from the genesis of your organization itself. You probably thought of it earlier that's why others have not looked at it. And I'm sure you can cascade and create across a pre-filtering to ensure that both the velocity as well as the accuracy kind of comes into play. But it could also have a very interesting use case, say in deepfake videos as well, where you could splice the audio there as well, where the blending of content, which at the video level kind of cannot be detected, but the audio level you could find it out. That could be a very interesting use case that you could do, because you're doing a pretty lot of heavy lifting when you're splicing and analyzing.
Yes.
So that was one thought. And what's your plan to commercialize this? I mean, you guys, anyway, your organization is focusing on, getting deeper into this space. So what's your plan to commercialize this?
We started this as it's called Analytics with Anand. I am Anand. So I started alone. So these 2 guys joined, 1 year back. So we have launched last month only our full-fledged AI course. So what currently I am seeing, the big firms, I won't name ABCD, so they are creating an AI course, but all are theoretical. You don't teach the way we want to learn it. We as an industry wants to know, like Sir said, how we going to integrate in the banking solution. So that is missing currently in India. That's what we as a team is leveraging that solution. So soon we'll try to commercialize this.
I thought Ananda means Sanskrit word happiness.
Yes.
I was so happy that, you are doing, I thought, now I realized that's your name. Okay. But see, I have a different kind of a question altogether. I'm just trying to understand a little depth. So let us assume, now I again go back to Kling, because, the Kling is creating ripples. What if that audio file or a video file has multiple users? and have a similar kind of a voice frequencies, because the audio is what? Audio is nothing but a frequency, right? So it's nothing rocket science in that. You have a pulse. So that pulse is what you're detecting. Imagine, my voice is almost similar to sir's voice. And how you will detect, who is who. Because in the Kling, if you see, I mean, the beauty of Kling, I don't want to, give any edge to it, but the matter of the fact is, in the same scenario, multiple people can be embedded, and multiple people can be detected, multiple people can be executed. What a beautiful system they have created, right? So now in your scenario, we all are speaking here, how you will detect, my voice versus his voice versus sir's voice, and maybe, my voice is almost similar to sir's voice. So how you will detect it?
Yes, sir. So there is a thing called speaker diarization. So each voice can be converted into vector databases. And those vector databases, the dimensions will be the features of your voice, right? So his, his voice will have a different vector database, your voice will have a different vector database, and your voice will have a different vector database, right? And so when we identify that, whenever we identify your voice, so if you say something, we relate that with the vector database, and that's how we can identify that this is you speaking. So it's already in the market. It's not something new that I'm talking about. It's called speaker diarization. Yeah, it is there. And so the previous two questions we didn't answer, so I want to go back to it. You mentioned about chunking. How will we chunk, right? So pauses. Pauses is how we will decide where to chunk. So we can divide the audio according to time. Time will take precedence, but right? If there is no pause when the time happens, so if we want to chunk our audios in 5-second audios, right? But if there is a audio that is continuing between the previous chunk and the next chunk, then we wait for the pause. So we'll have to make a system in which we focus on pauses, but we still adhere to a range of audio chunks, a range of sound.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before sir starts, NVIDIA recently come up with an extraordinary invention on the audio side. You please kindly look into it.
Yes,
What I'm saying is, see, the matter of the fact here is most of the people never understood how this mic works. There is a one-way device and two-way communication, right? So they have come up with extraordinary solution. I think, that will solve most of your chunking problems.
Yes.
Hey, I'm trying to understand the problem that we're trying to solve here. Sorry, just going back to basics.
Yeah.
One of the problems that I was told that we are solving is the AI-generated wall detecting those calls, right? Somebody picks the call, for example, on a phone and detect it. But one of the use case that you actually described it as about using in the banks, where bank, after somebody connects to IVR, you could authenticate whether it's an AI voice or not. Now, generally speaking, when you go and call a bank, they would look at the register phone number where the call is, the call is coming. So there is already a level of detection that is there. So what you're talking is more like a post-fault analysis. Maybe 15-20 seconds you will take, but probably it's the human who is using the registered phone number to call. Sir, what server? So that problem could be solved there, right? I'm more interested in the actual applicability that I, as a user, end user on a phone call, get a phone and with 5 seconds you tell me, or in 3 seconds or 2 seconds, whether this is a fake call or not. Is that something that you're solved for?
Okay. Currently, we have not solved for it, but we can plan for it by, so whenever, scams happen through, as a user, I'll receive the scam
Sorry
call.
to interrupt, team. Yeah, here.
Oh, sorry.
Please keep your answer a bit crisp. We are running short on time, okay?
Okay. So basically what I'm trying to say is, when I receive a scam call, right, if I make any answer, so because scammers will definitely, if they use AI-generated voices, like someone suggested, I think sir suggested that a banker will call, he start as his own, like a human will start the call, but it will break into an AI voice, like saying maybe the employee code or whatever, like the parts that are mattering. So how we can integrate with this is, then again we'll have to connect with the telecom companies, because in this we'll need their input, because we'll need access to those calls, right? So that we can convey the user while the audio call is going that, okay, this was AI generated, was detected in this. So if that can be somehow integrated with how the phone calls are happening today in today's world, then we can definitely tackle that. And we are not recording any voices, we are not trained using the data. We are just notifying the user that, okay, this call might contain AI-generated audio in it.
Okay, thanks.
You have a tech startup, right? So are you in competition with Govi?
No, we are not. When I started analytics
No,
with
our
Anand,
country is too big. Huh? We can have multiple companies. Nothing to worry. If you are planning for any other voice solutions, feel free to do it. Our country is such a huge country. If once we solve the problem in our country, you can, penetrate to the entire market of the global market. Nothing to worry. Huh? We can have n number of companies in our country. We from a Ministry of Education, Government of India, we are happy to work with all students as well as working professionals. Why I'm saying is, this is too big market. हाँ आप ऐसा मत सोचो कि एक दो आ गया तो उससे हो जाएगा सब काम ऐसा नहीं है. It's a huge country. Don't worry. You be open. Use your brain left and right. You interconnect. Create a better solutions not for only for our country, for the entire globe. Let us remember that Vasudhaiva Kutumbam, the entire world is our own family.
yes, you asked something.
Yeah, I was asking that competition thing.
No. We are not in competition with anyone. The main USP of analytics with Anand is whatever we teach because we all are industry experts. So everything happens here at live. Even you can find any one of us every weekend live coming on YouTube.
But sir, you are analyzing. You are not analytics. See, you are analyzing, but your team name is analytics. Don't think that other people never understood things. We will understand things very well. That is the reason we are sitting here. But the matter of the fact is, the team name, maybe you need to change it a little, I think, so that it will interconnect. The problem statement clarity is not there. Okay. The remaining execution was brilliant. I really liked the way he is explained about chunking technology. But the problem statement is not clear. Little, I think you need to fine tune.
Okay, thank you.
Chunking with Anand.
Okay. Thank you, team. We
Thank
have
you
a
so
hard
much.
stop at 3:35. One more team is left. Thank you for your presentation. Thank you, judges.
And now, closing this round of final pitches, we have Sentinel Mavericks. Audience, let's make it huge and welcome Sentinel Mavericks to the stage. Guys, one last time, let's lift the energy one more time. Big round of applause as they take the stage.
Yeah.
Hello. So very good afternoon, everyone, respected judges and everyone present here. So imagine after this event, you receive a phone call. That can be either from your father or son or maybe a friend of yours, or basically a police officer. That is the most common, imposing a fine on you. But let me tell you, that voice might not be real. AI voice cloning has become extremely accessible. Anyone can replicate anyone. And for that reason, that is what motivated us to build VoiceGuard. Now, what VoiceGuard basically does is that it extracts chunks from an input audio. The processor, the system analyzes the audio and it declares a verdict. Based on that verdict, it can either be human or AI generated. Now, instead of blocking numbers or scanning caller IDs, it basically validates or verifies the audio itself. And on the basis of it generates an authenticity score, as you can see, 0 to 100. It can display the fraud risk level. Even if the voice that is detected is AI generated, or even if it is human, it will definitely give us an output that whether it is a fraud or a scam. So that is what our VoiceGuard app actually does.
That's all?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, we'll move to the questions. Yeah.
Sorry. Acha model. I mean, the thought process is very good. But the problem is little different. The current Gen Z uses a different slang. Yaar, bro. My son, 5 years, he's studying 5th standard in Air Force Balbharati, sir. Sometimes I never understood what he's speaking. क्योंकि मुझे लगता है कि ये कौन सा लैंग्वेज बात कर रहा है ये. I mean, this is a different kind of a language, gamification kind of a thing. I think no one is focused on that kind of a data set. I think, that is my concern. Because, see, please don't create anything for today. You need to create for next 10 to 15 years. I think वो टाइम पे वो बैंकिंग पाएंगे तब वो उसका भाषा तो completely अलग रहेगा. दूसरा ये कि how you are taking a consent when you are taking a voice. Because see, my voice is my own voice, right? So you are training, are you taking a consent?
So basically, personal privacy is something that matters. And we are obviously preserving that privacy. How we are preserving it? We basically stores the base 64 audio in our backend, not the complete audio. And on that, we decode it, we validate it, and then on the basis of chunking, the system decides whether it is AI generated or human. And this is the very first layer. And the second layer actually verifies whether it is a scam or a fraud or scam, or is it actually, authentic.
If you were to be inspired by the other solutions that you've seen today, what feature would you want to put in your solution? What would be an additional capability that you would want to bring in your approach? Very curious to see that. You followed a very basic approach. I'm doing an analysis, but is there something that impressed you that you want to plug in with your solution that think will make it superior than what it is right now?
Sure, sir. As the rest 5 teams actually represented their presentation, their model, one thing that I will actually take from them is that the way not everyone has, copied the same thing. They actually imported something new, they added something new, and if I talk about technicality wise, I'll say the alert system. Although we have that alert system, but not everything actually says that it is 100% right or 100% wrong. So that is what we are working on, and on the basis of those presentees, I'll definitely take that from them.
The reason I asked this was, look, you're young, you students, you brilliant work. First of all, congrats, you're here. As you kind of develop these concepts further, look at commercializing them, scaling them up as well, you need to put together a feature roadmap, and that tends to come from a certain amount of inspiration. So it's always good to be inspired by seeing what is it, how others are approaching it as well. The ground-up architecture principles around which you create a product allows it to be scalable. It has to be scalable both in terms of what it would deliver as a quality of service, the response time, or maybe accuracy perspective, or in terms of feature sets as well. So take a note of what others have been doing, and I think it'll really help you to think broad, but very well done.
Sure, thanks.
So my question is about your continuous learning. The voice cloning technology has been changing every second. Today you presented it, by the time you go to your desks, some of the technology will take over the voice cloning methods. How your model is capable to have this continuous learning technology or methods to check the preventions in future? A little futuristic question is this.
Right, you're right, sir. With evolutionary technology, every other minute, anything new is introduced. So, if I talk about our model, we will definitely train it. If something new comes up, we'll add it in our model, and we'll.
But how will you come to know?
Sir, on the basis of research, market research, technological researches on this very domain.
Okay. I have to work on it. I think I agree with the other team also, juries, that you would work seriously on it because, working in something which is every day, every second going further or farther, both ways. Thank you.
Dekho beta, what I see is, here everyone is sitting as an individual. I think we need to create a union. This is much more important, not only for you, for the country, for the businesses also. I think you have your own unique strength, they have their own unique strength. I think we all need to come together and work together. But one thing I would like to ask in this particular scenario, Samjay, in India we have 1.4 billion. Out of that, let us assume 500 million using this voice authentication on a daily basis. minimum 3 to 4 times a day, how many times you will interact with the system? What is the capacity planning we are having? How we are scaling this application? I think, we need to work out on that level. Not only on the just creating a simple wrapper on top of it, which makes no sense. Because jab 1 lakh interactions aayenge, then your solution will go for toss. I think, that is where you need to work together with other teams and, and build a best solution for the world.
Similar question. Which model does this run on?
So
Your solution.
this basically works on wave-to-vector model, which is a pre-trained model.
How it is different from, because I've been seeing many people use the same, set of things, right? How do you think you're different? Or how do you think that you would be able to bring a better accuracy or speed?
So we fine-tuned it on 5 languages with a data set of 5 languages: Hindi, English, Malayalam, Telugu. So that accuracy is maintained. And we are not only using model, we are also using score-based systems like repetitive words and keyword mappings of financial frauds and observabilities and these things. Not only the model.
Sure. That could have been explained better. Just such.
Hey, on the privacy side, how are you doing it with base 64 encoding?
We are just storing base 64 in the Redis.
But that's like not for privacy, no? Base 64.
I think it's not that.
That's like basic encoding, decoding, right? So you should do something on encryption side as well, right?
Yes. We will do.
Yeah, perfect. That's it. But everything's so good, like.
Okay.
Dude. At this age, you're doing this.
Yes,
crazy.
sir. As you said that we have to work on it. And eventually we'll not drop this idea. We'll definitely develop it, evolve with the technology, and we'll work on it.
Why are you not using 11 labs though? Like everybody was using 11 labs for this solution.
Yeah, we generated the 11 labs audio samples from that also.
So, but on the API side, you're not using it.
No,
Is it?
currently.
Oh, okay. Well, but why so?
Only in the training part.
Only for the training part you're using.
Okay, so we have to cut the presentations now. Okay, it's done. Thank you, team. Thank you, Julia. A big round of applause for this team. And with this, we come an end to the pitch round.
Whoa, what a round. Give it up a huge round of applause for all the top 6 finalists who have presented today.
Seriously, I'm glad I just have to hold the mic and not judge the solutions. That was intense. Thank you, audience. Now, hang tight. We will have the results soon. But before that, I would like to hear one sentence from each of the jury about their experience in judging these pitches. I would like to start with Ankit sir.
Well, that was tough. I can't imagine when I kind of passed out my college like 22, 23 years back, my engineering. I don't know if I was remotely even thinking about these problems, or even those problems didn't even exist. But I am really amazed, especially with this, people who are from college, the kids who have been here. Amazing thought process. They are able to adopt AI like anything. I was actually worrying that jobs, all that stuff around AI and job, the way I'm seeing these guys and the way you are promoting this entire culture through this, I am sure there's not going to be a problem around jobs. There are more problems that we could fix now than that. So it's an amazing show. Everybody.
Thank you, sir.
And I just one thing, I think there are people from